What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 10 here on the 25 Days of Christmas Horror. I am your host, Moon616, and thank you once again for stopping in. Alrighty, so day 10, and I wanted to do this one because I think this movie is fucking brilliant, so amazing. It's a Finnish film, so from Finland, and it was released in 2010, and it goes by the title of Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale. Very, very cool and interesting story, and just an interesting take on the whole, Christmas, themes. So getting into the plot of this one, it basically starts out with, there's a bunch of Americans that are, working on top of this mountain and stuff. They're doing, they're kind of blowing up, this mountain and stuff like that, and little Pateri here, he gets a little curious with his buddy, so they basically cut a hole in this fence, and they go to the bottom of this mountain, and they start to listen to these Americans talking and stuff like that. And it turns out that they're actually not really taking samples from this mountain. They're probably excavating something by the sounds of what they're talking about and stuff. They start talking about, certain things with Santa Claus and shit like that. So he gets very curious on it, and he starts looking up. Or after that, after he goes back home, he looks up, like the real Santa Claus and stuff, and and starts to investigate a little further. So after he does that, it's Christmas Eve now, and it's the time of year where his father does this roundup on the local reindeer. So Christmas Eve hits, and they're getting ready for them to come up the mountain, and so they can take them out, fill their freezer so they can eat for the winter, and only two come up over the hill. So they go to investigate, and sure enough, they come up over the hill, and there's like a couple hundred slaughtered reindeers. They have no idea what happened, and now they're very confused and stuff. Pateri and his friend realize that they were actually the cause of this because they cut a hole in the fence that led up to the mountain and probably let something through. The adults think it's probably like wolves or something rather that had killed these reindeer and stuff, but it turns out that it wasn't. Later on, his father actually makes a kind of like a wolf trap and baits it and stuff, and they end up catching something. What appears to be a human at first turns out not to be a human, it turns out to be something else. While all this is going on, you've got all the local kids in the neighborhood start going missing. Everyone's heaters start going missing. Sacks start going missing and stuff like that. So I'm just going to stop the plot right there. I don't really want to give anything else away if you haven't seen this one. First off, this is a really, really cool tale. Very cool story. Absolutely brilliantly done. It has a great atmosphere. It's set on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and of course it takes place in Finland, so it's just, straight up snowy, whiteout. Feels very cold, feels very authentic. But the story itself, with the backstory with Santa Claus being, of course, a mean person, and, he used to slaughter children, naughty children. Very cool, very cool. I just love the emotion in this film, too. There's a scene in this film where Pateri and his father basically have nothing to eat, and they're eating gingerbread cookies. And you can tell his dad is just, he's so upset. He's trying to hold back the tears and stuff because he doesn't know how they're going to eat this winter. But, it all gets resolved by the end of the film. Just a really, really brilliant end to the film. Just so amazing, so awesome. I couldn't recommend this film enough. It's just, everything about it's just awesome. Great acting, great performances, and it just has a fun feel to it. It's supposed to be serious, but at the same time, it's like, it seems a little, not goofy, but just different, I guess, is a good way of putting it, because it's not your everyday story, so, but very well done. I highly recommend this. If I had to rate this, I'd probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think everyone should watch this one. It's very, very brilliantly done. This edition right here comes with a couple shorts. They're preludes to the Rare Exports story. I highly recommend watching them. One of them came out in 2003, and then there's another one in 2005. Definitely watch those prequels after you watch the film. It just everything kind of makes a little more sense after you watch them, and they're very comical. kind of a different approach to the shorts than the film itself. I fucking highly recommend this movie. It's brilliant. I really love the whole third act of this film. I think it's brilliant what they did with it. So very cool stuff, very different. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I can say about Rare Exports: A Christmas Tale. I just don't want to give anything away, but yeah, definitely check this one out. I know this movie has a Blu-ray release, which I probably should pick up on Blu-ray, but this edition looks fantastic. Fantastic. So, anyways, so day 10 here on the 25 Days of Christmas Horror. Rare Exports: A Christmas Tale. Like I said, I could not recommend that movie enough. It's brilliant. Definitely check it out if you've never checked it out. It's a quick watch. It only runs just about 80 minutes, so it's right to the point. There's no downtime in it, really. It's all developing story. It's fucking awesome. Very fun film. And very unique. It's probably one of the most unique Christmas, horror-themed films ever done, in my opinion. Anyways, Mood616 signing off. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Peace out, homies.